I'm here at Black Creek Memorial Cemetery in Freeport, Florida, where in the early 1900s, a brother and sister cut through this cemetery on their way home one night. They were chased by a giant bear beast up the bell tower and then sadly were eaten. Some people have said they can hear the roars and screams late at night. Others have said they don't think it's a bear. Could be a werewolf or a Bigfoot. I'm about to go in the woods and make it to Black Creek. We'll see what's hiding back there for me. A lot of weird reports came from witnesses from this area. One girl named Angela said, when I was 14 and 15 years old, I had a dream where I was looking through the eyes of a little girl who was walking home with her younger brother when they cut through a cemetery. The bear and chased them in the bell tower. 19 now, last Sunday the dream came back. It has been a reoccurring dream since last Sunday. Wanted to know why I'm having such a dream. I look up a brief summary on Google and I'm brought to this location. I do want the dream to stop, but I also want to know why I'm having these dreams. What the little girl seen the night of her death. What should I do? I'm really confused. Is the dream trying to tell me? I really don't want to see a little girl and her younger brother die through the eyes. Or any eyes at all. It was a brutal death. I don't want to see it anymore. Another witness named Braden said, me and some friends went here late one night as a joke. Upon pulling up, we knew it wasn't. We heard faint screams in the distance. Walking up on the cemetery, I first heard feet running and looked up to see a 4-foot tall figure in a white dress running across us. Another person, Chris, said November 1st, 2014, a friend and I went around 10:30 to 12:15 to do an investigation. We heard various noises, including moans, screams, singing. While checking out some graves, we heard rustling in the woods, north side of the graveyard. It began as intermittent. Finally, as we moved towards it, it began to move more and more. I decided to sneak up on it with my camera, thinking it was human. Once I got close to the fence, I turned my flashlight camera off to avoid detection. I was only about 5 feet away from it at this point. After listening to it for a good 15 minutes, shining my flashlight into the woods, I realized those trees were too solid for a human to be in there. I didn't feel like attempting to film an animal, so I never thought to turn my camera back on. I called my friend over. As she got close, it stopped moving. It was pacing in a circle over and over. Two-legged steps, it seems. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. In like a 3 to 5 circle, like a dog would, before making its bed to lay down. It finally began coming towards us. This thing was right on top of us, yet no trees moved. I heard no breathing, no sniffing, nothing. I kicked the fence, made hissing noises, scared off, stopped my feet. It was unaffected. If it was human, why would it just stand there for an hour walking in a circle just to mess with us? If it was an animal, why wouldn't it have been scared off? Also, it moved at us, but it didn't touch the tree line or bushes. It scared me enough to run a few steps back, as I thought it was going to come through the fence. We finally gave up trying to figure out what it was, and I told my partner to close the gate in case it was a wild animal. We explored around the church. I feel the double trees in the middle of the entry road are odd. Kind of symbolic considering 2 kids died there. My partner heard footsteps coming at her at 12, and I could hear a bell. But it could have been music from far away. As we were leaving, I said goodbye and asked if they were going to do anything. Now's their last chance. Right then, I swore. A white figure ran right to left in front of my flashlight in the distance. As we drove home, my partner said she saw a little boy, but refused to tell me while she was there because she was too scared. Another witness in Ashley. I had an experience out that way while pet sitting at a farm in the woods. I was watching horses and I heard voices, and the horses started running around like crazy. My dog I brought with me started whining and crying, trying to get in the house. She usually does the opposite. Then I decided to take the flashlight out. I flashed out the window in the grass. There seemed to be 2 eyes, but they were red. Started towards me. I shut the window, thought I was seeing crap. Looked again, and the animal stared, crept closer. I asked my 6-year-old to tell me what she saw, and she said eyes. Stayed probably a deer, but it wouldn't scare away. I ended up having to call the sheriff to escort me. The voices, though. It was an eerie feeling. I got almost like I was hallucinating. I wasn't, because the horses and my dog and kid were too. Anyways, the animal could have been a panther, maybe the dog from hell. There have been other stories in that area similar. One girl, Melissa, said, got the white figure everyone talks about, an obvious orb. Heard noises around the area, but the surrounding homes make it hard to say whether it was paranormal related. Destiny said, about 3 years ago, a couple friends I had experienced there, we were heading back from a camping spot. It was Bear Freeport. Took a wrong turn and ended up here. Before we got to the cemetery, the radio started getting staticky. He tried turning the station, but all of them were static, which was weird considering the fact it was just playing music. I started to get this creepy feeling. A bunch of emotions swarmed me and I had no idea why. My friend looked up from the passenger side. She said she swore she saw something out of the corner of her eye. For some reason I began even more emotional and started tearing up. I told my friend to get us the heck out of here. As he turned around to back the car up, he put his arm around the seat. He said he felt a cold spot. His eyes filled with tears and he started praying. I don't know what was back there, but it was definitely creepy. Well, I'd say those people are not wrong, because it's definitely spooky back here. It's just weird, desolate. You feel like you're on the edge of the earth. Maybe the last layer before hell. We're here at Black Creek, where a brother and sister were killed by a monster in these woods and cemetery. I'm wondering if the spirit of the kids are still out here now. And if so, please say your name. And if the kids aren't out here, is there any spirits that witnessed the tragedy? Was it a bear? Or was it something worse? Was it a Bigfoot? Was it a werewolf? If there's any monsters in these woods, could you make a noise? Here's a structure. Oh wow. That's so cool. Seems to be bamboo. There's some type of other cane. Have any bad things happened in these woods recently? Am I welcome in these woods? I hear something moving out here. I was just thinking of my buddy Tristan's family legend of the hog-nosed bear, a very aggressive, short-faced cave bear, giant. Maybe there's caves in connection to the creature. This will be perfect cover to hide in. Oh, it looks like someone's camped back here recently. Not too recently. Ground is soft. It all looks the same back here. Definitely at nighttime it'll get spooky. It's dense, it's thick, it could hold a monster. Keeping my eyes out for animal bones. Some kind of kill pile. Or any kind of nest or fort. I brought a blade just in case. Oh, Here's an animal bone. Looks like it was chewed on a little bit. See if there's anything else scattered in the area. Maybe a skull. Okay, I can see the headstones now. Made it back. Stopped here at Pitt Sylvian Springs here in Ecofana Creek on my way home. Lots of skunk ape activity here. I definitely think these caves lead to the aquifer, and that holds something much bigger than Bigfoot. Beautiful springs right here. Crystal blue water. Here we are at the West Florida Emergency Center in Walton County, where there's a legend of a young girl ghost named Sally Mae that sadly died here violently in the 1920s. Her apparition and whispers have been spotted. There are some old structures in the woods over here. It's definitely giving off some spooky vibes. I wonder if this has anything to do with it. I guess we're about to find out. Super excited to find the Little Big Store here in historic downtown Defuniak. This place is haunted by the original owner, but is known to many more people for being a legendary thrift general store. Right down the street from the Bourbon Bar and the market. I just had an awesome conversation with the owner of H&M Hot Dog Stand here in Defuniak. It's the second oldest hot dog stand in America, but the most haunted. There's legends of huge orbs being seen, spatulas spinning, and then also the back door is known for slamming open and close. We see it's open right now. Wonder if it will slam shut anytime soon. I'm here for the best burgers and best hot dogs on the Emerald Coast. Oh yeah. Here is Hotel de Funiac, one of the most legendary historic places here in town. They say room 008 is the most haunted. Shadow figures, weird noises, and voices have all been experienced here. And the Freemason logo on the pillar might have something to do with it. The restaurant definitely looks awesome. Have you ever had any ghostly experiences in this area?
I haven't.
Have anybody told you any stories?
Yeah, my Chef Ernie has.
Oh wow. Anything you could just tell us real quick?
Room 6, it was a prostitute woman, and he told us that previously a man that stayed here left in the middle of the night because a lady kept pulling down his drawers while he was in the bed sleeping and he was getting freaked out.
Wow, I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
You too.
See you later.
See ya.
Thanks. Wow, that was so cool. She had a story nice and ready. Well, now I'm heading to the lake. What a legendary day. This church right on the lake is quite the sight to see. This lake has been calling my name for a very long time. Come on, a beer. I finally made it to Lake de Funiac, the second most circular lake in the whole world. Some people say it's because of a sinkhole, but I believe it's from the flood when the heavens rained down. It looks like when you pour water in the mud. Definitely has some special feelings here. Might be the explanation to all the weirdness in the area. The historic Chautauqua building right here on Lake de Funiac. Definitely magical. We're here at the Walton de Funiac Library that was established in 1886 and is known for a ghost of the original bookkeeper, Alice Fellows, that sadly passed away in 1926. They say her apparition has been spotted, books will fall off the shelves, noises, and overall just a warm feeling. It's right here on the lake, so you know there's an abundance of energy. Gotta love it.
1939. That side door right there
Uh-huh.
was a segregated entrance.
Wow.
So African Americans were allowed only to come through that door. But what's unique about that is that it is the only clinic in the South known to have integrated to that level in 1939. No white doctors would take care of a black patient back in them days, but this doctor did.
Wow,
and
that's
had
great.
an entrance and so forth. On the back end, when they created the second floor in 1949 and opened it, they also opened up what is a black ward. See, so that extension back there was a separate building. And what was between the buildings, where most of the boards are right there between the two buildings, that was a covered entrance for the ambulance to come in.
Oh.
So the ambulance would unload the patients going into the hospital, but at the same time, if any of African Americans, they would be they would stay down in the ward.
Interesting.
So this is what put this on the National Register of Historic Places, because of that history
As it should be.
and the impact that that doctor had on not only African Americans here, but primarily with babies. Infant mortality rates went down dramatically once he opened this up. This was known as a state-of-the-art hospital.
Wow.
Back in 1949. So it goes on until about 1972, and history, closes it up, and it turned into one thing after another after that. So now it's just vacant, but it's being renovated into an apartment building of some kind.
Helping more people. That's very cool.
In a sense, yeah. At least the person that bought it cares about history. So even though he may have gutted the whole thing on the inside, he does appear to be keeping the structure intact in the same footprint. And that's significant to keep it on the National Register of Historic Places.
Definitely.
It was just put on 2 years ago.
Wow.
So,
Thank you so much for the information too.
you're
And
welcome.
you said there was some paranormal documentaries and TV shows that were filmed here too. Have you
the
heard
Kling
it?
Brothers and then some others that I don't know their names, but there are paranormal groups that have gone through there and done shows.
Interesting. Do you remember any of the weird occurrences that may have happened over there?
I spent the night in there by myself one night, and I didn't sense anything. But then again, I was drunk, and I had my 2 little dogs with me. So
Oh man, the guardians, you know.
the guardians. So nothing ever touched me, thanks to my 2 little dogs.
Oh man, that is so cool.
But I have not experienced anything unusual in myself.
Well, we'll have to keep our ears open to all the people moving in
That's
soon,
exactly
man.
right.
Yes.
You know, they are real to those who believe in them.
That is
So,
true.
You got to stay tuned.
Well, thanks so much,
Hey,
man.
you too. Good
I appreciate
luck to
it.
you. Enjoy.
Here's the Sunbright Manor. It's currently under renovation, which is said to stir up activity. But here, a ghost with long, dark hair and a white nightgown has been seen. I'm gonna ask some of these workers if things have gone weird at any time. Definitely a cool corner here in Defuniak. A lot of history in this building. You can definitely feel it. That guy better be careful up there, or there will be more. Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out YetiBars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special offer. Clean like a beast. Yeti Bars!
The flesh of the unguided and non-believers fuel this void.
Creatures over there! You have to beware! Please! Watch out! The big creature! The big creature! No! 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 The fish monster! Watch out, please!